Hello and welcome to Icov, the show that informs you about what is happening in Coventry as well as nationwide.
Exactly that, Callum. And today, with your help, we may just be able to go global. We're coming up with today's show. We have a new gym for those with difficulties, a renovation of the classic building, a brand new attraction making waves in the UK scene, as well as a couple of festive extras.
Now, for those of you that might not be aware, Christmas is just around the corner, with Christmas ads popping up all over our telly's town centres and TV screens.
And we do indeed have a few Christmassy stories coming up on today's show. But first, we have Sophie Wallace with our news bulletin.
The time is just gone 3 p.m. I'm Sophie Wallace, and here are your Icov news headlines. President Trump has tweeted that Prime Minister Theresa May should focus on terrorism in the UK. This follows her criticism of him retweeting videos posted onto Twitter by far-right group Britain First Deputy Leader Jada Franson. In other news, cereals giant Kellogg's is reducing the amount of sugar in its top-selling children's cereals by the middle of next year. Sugar will be reduced in their Cocoa Pops, Rice Krispies and Rice Krispies multigrain lines. This comes amid pressure on food firms to cut sugar levels to combat obesity. And now for some local news. Around 10,000 new jobs could be created in Coventry after the city was given £80 million of government funding. The money will be put towards developing car batteries for the electric vehicles of the future. The time is just gone 3 p.m. I've been Sophie Wallace with the news headlines. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks for that, Sophie. For more news, be sure to check out all our social media outlets and also look at icov.co.uk. And also stay tuned for a live performance with Joshua Gukaz, who is setting up in the studio right now.
You're absolutely right, Callum. And you look like you've been hitting the gym.
Yeah, a little bit.
A new gym has opened in Binley, Coventry, especially for people suffering from brain injuries, autism and other cognitive-related issues. Such issues tend to cause mobility issues, so Scale the Heights has opened its doors to improve stability and strength for people affected. Fagan to report.
Scale the Heights used to be a series of seminars about how we use functional movement to improve brain injury. It then became a series of national fitness events in the CrossFit community, and it got too big too quick, and it was essentially just a team of volunteers. So eventually the plan was to come back to our roots, which was using functional movement to help people who have more complex needs. So we've now brought our gym to Coventry with all the equipment from the events, and the plan is to move forward, accommodating athletes and people who might have more additional needs as well. Functional fitness has got very popular in the mainstream the last few years, and you'll find a functional fitness area in most commercial gyms. CrossFit's got very popular, powerlifting, weightlifting, Olympic lifting has came to the mainstream a lot more. Our gym does a lot of those things, but our gym is a bit more bonkers. Our gym has the history of the events we run, which had a strong lean towards music, and we had an album recorded, comic books made, so we've got a very creative lean to what we do. The people who we work with who've got autism or Asperger's, brain injury and these kind of things, usually they need to spend a bit more time focused on coordination, balance, and a bit more time under tension than other people. So maybe some of the intensity that you find elsewhere isn't appropriate to those demographics. So what we do here is we try to accommodate all those people under one roof.
And what's brought you to Coventry in particular?
So I live in Coventry, I live in Walsgrave. The last 3 years of our life we've been living out of petrol stations and ports cabins and travelling the country all the time. So we were very keen to settle in our hometown. I'm also a big fan of WASPs, and we had a really good piece of news this week. We've been accepted to work with WASPs on their HITS programme. So from January 2018, we're coaching their 14 to 19-year-old students. So being based in the city is brilliant for us. The main aim for what we want to do here is we want to build a small community of around 50 to 100 people. And we want to build a supportive community who come and train often with each other. It's not our ambition to be this big multinational thing. We're very much independent, and we want to remain independent within the city, and we want to keep appealing to more diverse demographics. There are other gyms out there who can appeal to be commercial or part of a bigger globalised thing, but for us we want to remain independent and grow it organically.
So you've heard of Scale the Heights?
Yeah, I think it's an excellent facility.
And how exactly would it benefit you?
Well, I actually have a 2-year-old son who has autism, and I think that when he gets to the appropriate age, I think it will benefit him.
Personally, I love training and staying fit, so I will definitely be checking that out soon. Maybe we should gym bros it, mate.
Why not, man? I mean, I guess that I can spend less time in gymbos. But definitely, I've been looking to get back into the gym. I love the idea of gym bros. And as you could tell from this TV show, we do make a pretty great team.
I think we do, Aaron. I think we do. Now, abandoned buildings are a tad creepy and can be an eyesore in some cities, such as Coventry. An example of this is the old Coventry Telegraph building. Kirsty Hatton, though, has plans on how it's going to be restored into its former glory.
Over the last 6 months, the CET building has become a temporary exhibition place for artists, and with the help of Pop-Up Cafe Urban, the venue also offers self-guided tours.
I'm the chef at the urban pop-up within the Coventry Evening Telegraph old building. I've been doing this for over 25 years now. I've always enjoyed cooking and the joy that people get from eating the food, and I felt like it was about time to actually get out there and just showcase it and give people the best food that's available to them.
I've been involved really about 6 months. I know the owner of the place, and we kind of cooked up this plan to open it up as a pop-up art gallery, which gives people the opportunity to come in and showcase interesting stuff that they're doing in Coventry. And also there's a self-guided tour which we've set up throughout the building. The hotel will be 100 bedrooms, and there will also be a cinema on site, which will be located within the old press hall, as we call it. The idea is that the hotel is a 50s themed boutique character hotel, so all of the 50s grandeur that there is here, the developers will be keeping as much as they can of that. This area where we are now, it's not had the greatest of the last 20 years. It's been a bit rubbish around here, and I think, you know, having something interesting going on in some of these less well looked after buildings is all about how culture can regenerate an area. And it suddenly feels, just in the 6 months that I've been here, you know, getting involved, it suddenly feels like it's got so much more energy now in this location.
Thanks for that, Shona. Seems like a pretty chilly weekend, so mine will definitely not be hot.
A new breed of attractions has taken the nation by storm recently. The Escape Rooms company, I don't know if you've heard of them, Aaron, has quickly become one of the UK's most popular attractions. Jack Williams has got more.
Do you know what? When you turn around to customers when they arrive and you say, good luck, because you're about to get into my the next hour, always gets a giggle.
Escape rooms are becoming increasingly popular across the UK, where there's now thought to have been around 350 escape rooms in the UK from June of last year. One of the latest escape room companies, Escape Time, only opened earlier this year, but has been praised hugely by the escape room community.
Story flows throughout the game. You know, it's not just chuck you in a room with a load of locks and keys and find, you know, things. It is a story-based escape. The bank heist was our first room here, followed very quickly by Sam's Saloon, which took a step into the electronic world. Everything's kind of lock and key mainly across the industry. So then, yeah, Chocolate Factory evolved. 14 electronic props. I think it's only got 4 physical locks in the room, just to keep the lock people happy, people who want to twiddle with their fingers and thumbs.
The escape room enthusiast community certainly is the driving force in what is a growing attraction. The new experiences in Escape Time, however, are things that have not been experienced in other escape rooms before.
It can then become a very tailored experience to you and your group. So speaking to James afterwards, he was saying that with a younger group in there, the interaction with the room is obviously very nice and helpful and tries to guide them through it. But for an experienced team in there who are looking for a bit more fun, they can play with you and sort of have a laugh and a joke based on what you're doing in there. And that level of personalisation is not something you often find in escape rooms.
But with the Chocolate Factory, everything's very, very different. Nothing in that room is anything that I've seen before in any UK escape room, which I'm quite proud of.
That looks great, Callum. I certainly would love to see my house transformed into a 5-star hotel.
We all, mate.
On a more serious note, It'll be great to see abandoned buildings turn into something that could really become an asset to the city.
Can't wait to see the end result, if I'm honest.
Okay, so next up, we have the weather from our lovely Shona Fagan. Over to you, Shona.
Thank you, boys. It's a cold one today in the West Midlands, with temperatures currently at 2 degrees. With temperatures at a chilly -1 degrees this morning and reaching highs of only 3 degrees at 1 p.m, it's time to get the winter coats out. However, the sky will remain clear with late autumnal sunshine. A brisk wind from the north will approach at 15 miles per hour, contributing to a freezing feeling. It's generally cold and clear for the night, but temperatures will rise throughout the week, reaching highs of 8 degrees on Sunday. I'm Shona Fagan. This is the local weather.
Thanks for that, Shona. We seem to escape any situation so far, Callum, and I'm sure you guys can agree. As I said before, we make a pretty great team.
I think we do, Aaron. I think we do. Maybe we should give it a go sometime.
Why not?
Maybe we'll break the Christmas record or something.
That's high hopes, mate. But, yeah. So, moving on, we visited Coventry, and Sophie Wallace went to the Christmas market, not the Christmas market, sorry, they went to the Transport Museum, where Santa was busy preparing a sleigh for the upcoming Christmas holiday.
Christmas has come early at the Transport Museum, and look who I've got with me.
Hello, Merry Christmas, anybody.
So what can we expect from the exhibit this year?
Well, this sleigh ride is the last mechanical sleigh ride in the country, and it's still going strong now after 60 years, and it's still entertaining lots of young children and lots of what we call older children that you've witnessed coming through today, and everyone seems to be enjoying this wonderful magical experience. It used to be at the Co-op store, which is now closed down. So what we did today is we saved a sleigh ride, and it's now housed in this lovely museum because, after all, it's a vintage form of transport. The Transport Museum's got a full Christmas programme. They do have a website, and you can see all the Christmas activities and everything else, and join in.
Final question, which sleigh's better, that one or the one you use on Christmas Eve?
Well, they did tell me that they've got the 2 fastest cars in the world on display here. Now I'm here with my sleigh, I'm going to kind of dispute that. So my sleigh every time, because it's powered on the imaginations and the dreams of all the children. So.
And thank you very much, Santa, and I hope you have a Merry Christmas.
And Merry Christmas to you all as well.
But as we all know, Santa doesn't work alone, as he has his army of elves with him. I met one of them, Trixie, to ask her what it was like to work with Santa. And what's it like working on Santa's sleigh?
It's very, very magical. It's the best job ever.
And so how long is this exhibit going to be here for?
Well, it runs all the way up until the 23rd of December.
And
on the nice list, do you think?
Hopefully so. I haven't done anything yet, so hopefully. Okay, thank you very much. Well, I hope that got you in the Christmassy mood. It certainly did with me. I've been Sophie Wallace, reporting for Icov News. Back to you.
Thanks for that, Sophie. You guys are very lucky today. We have a very special guest, and that is Joshua Gukas. Hello.
Hey guys. Cheers.
You all right?
Cheers.
So, how'd you get into the music industry, Josh?
I was my dad's a director, so I've always been around like creative stuff, and he kind of introduced me to music when I was like 13. Got me a guitar. I was messing around with my brother in a band for a while. And when I got to uni, I decided I'd start trying to make my own songs because I wasn't much of a singer. But yeah, I've been practicing for about 2 years and just been putting an EP together. So
what sort of genre of music do you perform?
R&B, neo soul, that kind of thing, basically. Before it was indie music because that's just what we did where I was from. But yeah, it's different now.
Whereabouts are you from?
I'm from Surrey, so a bit down south. Yeah, lots of indie music, lots of that kind of thing. Yeah, not much soul, but it's cool. I'm glad to be here now. So. And those things.
You said you got a project coming up in springtime as well?
Yeah, I'm working on an EP. I've been working on an EP for a while. I don't know if it will ever get there, but hopefully, fingers crossed, it should be out in like April. It's like a 4-track EP. Should be good.
Nice. So can you tell us a little bit about the song you're going to be performing today? Or?
It's from the EP. It's called My Promise. It's a song I wrote last year for my parents' anniversary. And so yeah, it should be cool. Not much more other than that.
Nice. Sounds good. I can't wait to hear it, Josh. Sounds really good. Thank you for coming on today.
We're really looking forward to that, Josh. And be sure to follow us and him on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And we hope to see you all next week. But first, I just wanted to quickly catch up with you, Callum. Did you manage to catch your mobiles?
I didn't. No, I just missed it. Did you?
I did, and as usual, Stormzy was pretty much winning all the...
Oh, he always does, doesn't he?
Yeah, he won Best Album with Gang Santa Prayers, and Santan Dave came and won the Best Newcomer.
Really? Oh, right, nice. How did Gigs go?
Gigs, he actually won Best Grime Act.
Oh, really? Oh, that's good.
Grime
Yeah,
Act.
he is pretty sick, to be fair. So
he's good.
He's not too bad.
No, I've been listening to a lot of his stuff, especially over the summer.
Yeah. So what have you got coming up over Christmas then, mate?
Christmas?
Yeah.
Christmas is the same for me every year, mate.
Yeah.
It starts Friday with Michael Bublé Day.
Nice, nice.
And that's basically literally sitting in the house with the spirit and the music literally just dripping into our ears. And every other day is stuck in retail, where the thought of a Christmas dinner is the only thing brewing and in my mind and keeping me sane, really.
That's great. So now we're going to pass over to Josh. Thanks for watching again. Follow us on all our social media, and yeah, see you next week.
What you want, I got it, girl. Try my best to give you the world, give it all to you. Could take you to the promised land. All you gotta do is take my hand, and we could go, and we'll run away together, baby. We'll go somewhere no one knows. Babe, I'll keep you safe, I'll hold you close. Oh, this is my promise to you, babe. Oh, I'ma love you. Said I'ma love you. Oh, this is my promise to you, babe. Oh, I'ma love you. Said I'ma love you. 'Cause you're my cutie pie, love you till the end of time. You're my cutie pie, love you till the end of time. You're my cutie pie, love you till the end of time. You're my cutie pie, love you till the end of time. You're the one I do adore. Just say the word, I'm yours forevermore. I'll be your man. Could change your life of this, I'm sure. Show you the world, take you on tour. Best believe I can. And we'll see it all together, baby. Wherever you wanna go. Spain or Tokyo. When I'm with you, I'm always home. Well, this is my promise to you, babe. Oh, I'ma love you. Said I'ma love you. Well, this is my promise to you, babe. Oh, I'ma love you. Said I'ma love you. 'Cause you're my cutie pie, love you till the end of time. Oh, you're my cutie pie, love you till the end of time. You're my cutie pie, love you till the end of time. You're my cutie pie, love you till the end of time. Thanks, guys.